What's up, everybody? How y'all doing on a good old Friday evening here? Sorry for the late start. Been absolutely buried amidst a bunch of administrative stuff, and the vocal cards haven't been too kind this week. I feel like I got to make sure I don't talk too much. I got arrested. This is a long weekend. Next week will actually be worse with the Breeders' Cup Friday and Saturday before the NFL on Sunday. Lots going on, so let's get to first college football. There are three games tonight. First one's on ESPN2. It's at halftime. 25 and a half, 26-point favorite North Texas in a dogfight with NC Charlotte. 17 all at Richardson Stadium in Charlotte. North Texas 379 yards to 278 for UNCC, but they do have a turnover on downs, and then they were INT'd on the last drive. 8 plays, 80 yards, but picked off at the Charlotte 9. That's basically where the half ended. So, North Texas has been playing from. They were ahead early. Then the Charlotte scored 17 straight. Nicholas back-to-back touchdown catches from Loftus. He's got 4 for 125. Has been their big play guy. Nestamaker 19 of 28 for 329 for North Texas. Scads of yardage piled up here, which not a real surprise, but they're in a dogfight despite all those yardage. 17 all. Halftime price coming on that one shortly. Kike Hernandez with a base hit to center. That's going to score his brother from another mother, Oscar Hernandez. And 1-0 Dodgers lead this thing. Top second, one out, man on first and second. Let's get through the football. Cal and Virginia Tech, 13-10. Golden Bears in Blacksburg have a lead. Vodtech was laying 6 in this game. I made it closer to 3. I like the dog a little bit. That game is on ESPN. And then the last game tonight on CBS College Sports, Boise State, Nevada, Reno. That game goes at 10 Eastern, so in an hour and 15 minutes. Boise opened 20 and 49.5. Current price 21 and 51 in Reno. Okay, so baseball. Dodgers left one on in the top of the first. But here against Savage, 3 of the first 4 have reached. Again, the last one was a base hit to score. Teoscar Hernandez from second, so it's first and second for Edmond. 1 out. Dodgers 1 trial nothing. The Blue Jays loaded them up in the bottom of the first and made Snell throw 29 pitches, but Snell got to fly out to center to escape any of the damage. And there you have it. So 1-0 LA. I'll keep you posted on the live price there. Got a barrage of NBA games that are going to the half. Amazon has their first night of live television coverage on Prime tonight. I've got at least one eye on it with no volume. The graphics look pretty snazzy. The numbers are pretty big on the screen, but hey, some people have bad eyesight. Good for them. And the Knicks lead Boston by 20 in that game. Game closed Knicks 4 at 2:32. I won't bother you with all the NBA stuff unless somebody comes on the chat and makes a specific comment about they want to know what the NBA prices are, my NBA opinions. Generally speaking, I won't bother you with that nonsense. This is the 4th night of the season. They play all the way until June. A little dribbler by the Dodgers is going to be a base hit. Swinging bunt. So now it's Pajes. Bases loaded and 1 out. Huge at bat here, especially if Snell calms down for that first inning and starts to get things going. There are 2 1AA games tonight as well. Let's check a couple of things here. TV situation. Where are they showing this other one? Okay, you got Columbia Dartmouth. That game was on ESPN2. It's final. Dartmouth beat Columbia 49-3. Big Sky battle tonight. Montana goes to Sacramento State. The Grizzlies are laying, well, Grizz, I guess they are. Sorry. 6 for the most part is the common number I see at 62.5 for the total. What did I make this game anyway? Just out of curiosity. Hang on. 81.5 to 75. Lower. Maybe like 4. Nothing to it. Well, I'll keep an eye on it. 10:30 Eastern, ESPN2 is the TV spot for that one. So that'll be after the UNC Charlotte North Texas game. There also was some exhibition college basketball tonight. Kansas leads Louisville 46-30 at the break in Louisville, and Kentucky, as the 9th ranked team in the country preseason, without 2 starters, had at least 10 guys play 16 minutes and showed a tremendous amount of depth, beating up on Purdue. Final there was 78-65 at Rupp Arena. Purdue #1 on the preseason polls. Again, exhibition games tonight don't mean anything in the grand scheme, other than, you know, if you're looking to bet anything futures wise, good chance the Kentucky price you want might already be gone. If you're a believer, they did this with a lot of defensive toughness tonight. That'll be the last to talk about college basketball for the evening as well, unless somebody wants to chat about it. Paez strikes out. Big one by Savage. 2 down. Still loaded. Top of the order. Otani bases Jack, 2 outs. Huge situation here. Struck him out the first time. It's 1 week ago. He tried to throw one up at his eyeballs at 94 and he missed it. He was trying to make it 5-0. He wasn't going for 2 or 3 or 4-0. This guy 1 week ago tonight played perhaps the best game in the history of sports, not just in baseball. 6 innings pitched to clinch the series against Milwaukee. No runs allowed, struck out 10, hit 3 home runs. All 3 home runs at Dodger Stadium were over 420 feet. One of them to right field was out of the stadium 500-ish, completely over the pavilion. Fastball or splitter looks like high. 2-1. Milwaukee and Toronto in the NBA started at 6:40. What a terrible job. Ground ball to the first baseman. Guerrero's going to beat Otani to the bag. That'll do it. That game is at the Toronto's home arena. They're playing a home game tonight. 4 minutes to go. It's tied up 107-107. Bucks and Raptors. I don't understand the fact that, you know, okay, you moved the game up. Good idea. But do you think anybody gives a shit about the Raptors? I don't care if it's their home opener. Like the Blue Jays are in the World Series. Like, do something about that. Don't play it at 6:40 Eastern. Start the thing at 4:40 Eastern. I mean, I don't get it. I mean, it's not like get out of the way and let people enjoy the World Series. I mean, it's just a puzzling development of why they would move the game up only to 6:40. North Texas and Charlotte second half price. North Texas is laying 13.5. 13.5 minus money. They do get the ball first, which is the only reason why it can possibly be anything close to this high, given how the game's played on the field so far. Cal and Virginia Tech in that game. Virginia Tech did win the toss and defer. Cal, after 2 3-and-outs to start the game, has gone field goal, touchdown, field goal. Tech, after getting that punt, scored a touchdown, get another punt, kick the field goal, and then they went punt, punt, punt. So Cal with it back now, trying to expand upon their 13-10 lead. The Hokies actually got to their 20 before the punt, but the punt was blocked, and so Cal's drive here started basically from the Virginia Tech 21. A baseball game. 1-0 at the end of 1.5. Dodgers lead. Both teams have left the bases loaded in this game. Dodgers are basically between 170 and 210, and the total is 7.5 under. I don't know how anybody in their right mind could like under after what's happened so far, but it is early. And there's a good chance that Snell could settle in here. That was why it's so key for trying to keep the Dodgers just to 1. You give him like a 3 or 4 run lead early. I mean, he, as much as he struggled in the last inning, once he gets going, then he's liable to zoom through 7 innings in this game, even though his pitch count's already in the 30s. Straw at the plate against Snell now after the leadoff hit. I've got the baseball on Big Fox, so I have a live feed, and I'm going to be ahead of you guys on that. That'll be fun to watch while I'm keeping an eye on the updated live prices as the game is being played, because my feed's on no delay compared to the live prices that I see offshore. Snell strikes out Straw. One on, one down. 1-0. Second half of the second. I'm not sure if it's the first state, but it has been or close to it recently. Indiana's high school football playoffs started tonight. So, in theory, within the next hour or so, well, it's not like there are some buys and there's uneven count. There's 6 classes, and the top 2 have fewer teams in them. So, won't quite eliminate half the field tonight. Maybe 35%, if I had to guess. So, what do you got out of that? 120 or so schools will have their seasons ended tonight. Maybe 130. I think that's the first state. Don't quote me, but I feel like that Indiana's a week, for whatever reason, has been that way in high school football. Like a week ahead of everybody else at the very least. A lot of states start their playoffs next week. Whether they start their season a week later or not all the teams qualify, which in Indiana all the teams qualify, and they only have a 9-week season. That might be it too. Foul tip, caught, strike 3. Jimenez is gone. No, he didn't touch that by much. Good call by the ump. Little nubber. Oh, it's a horrible decision by Clement trying to go first to third. The play at first was close. I thought Snell got it, but he immediately saw the runner was going to third and fired a dart over to Muncie, who put the tag down. So the inning is over. Freeman really had nowhere to go. I don't know why he thought there was a play. I mean, unless he just thought nobody was there to catch it. Snell wasn't covering. I don't get that. Horrific decision making. Never make the last out at third base. So instead of first and second with 2 out, the inning is over. Jays have run themselves out of it. 1-0 at the end of 2. Live price Dodgers are 210. I'm sorry, from 210 to 230, give or take the 2 different markets I'm looking at offshore. The total is basically 7 flat. And again, I haven't seen anything yet that would make me want to be sprinting to go under, even though it's only 1 run through 2 innings. Pitch counts are getting up a little bit. Both teams have left men on base. Toronto has left 4 plus now with the man got thrown out on the bases. Dodgers also 4 with the run in. I missed that stat. It looks like they said Mestermeyer most in the half. I don't know whether that was by anyone this year or what, or in the first half. I missed it, but 329 yards in the first half by Mestermeyer. I do know it said it was most of something. And he's already well on his way to get closer to 400 before the end of this drive. North Texas is on the move in a hurry. There are 2 CFL games tonight as well. Why don't they read the room? Why are there 2 games in that league tonight? I mean, I know how Canadians are: hockey first, hockey second, hockey third, and then everything else. But the Blue Jays in the World Series kind of changes the geometry a little bit, doesn't it? I mean, to me it would. Cal 4th and 2 at the Virginia Tech 3. Motion right, they're going to go for it. Quarterback dumps it to the back. Oh, great effort. First down. Cal at the 1. They'll move the sticks. Jaron Keawe Sagapolatele. Give is to Kendrick. He bangs his way in. Touchdown, Cal. 8 plays, 21 yards, 3:07 off the clock for the Bears. Extra point good. They lead 20-10 after having scored 20 straight as a 6-point dog. Another game I didn't understand that move. It opened 3 and 49.5. Closed 6 and 51. Savage has now thrown more pitches, I think, than Snell through 2. It was close one way or the other. First and 20 for Mestemeister. He keeps it and runs for about 20, but then they strip him at the end of it. And UNC Charlotte will take over after the fumble. 17-all for the 26-point Dogs at home. North Texas 6-1, 2-1 in the league. Need to win out to have any chance whatsoever at the playoff berth. That's their second turnover. UNC Charlotte's got like a championship belt over there on the turnovers. It's a turnover belt. Going into this game, North Texas was 3rd in the country and Charlotte was 131. And that's part of the reason why you get a 26-point spread in this kind of game. Instead, they're +2, and therefore they're in this game. Completion on first down out near the 40. Vatek 90 seconds before the half. Bets on 3-1 to Freeman. I'm guessing that the Blue Jays will probably have some bullpen action before long. Savage has done most of his work on 5 days rest this year. I'm actually surprised he didn't get the start in Game 2. And by doing that, that would have also kept him away from starting in LA. He could have started Games 2 and then Game 6, both in Toronto. Here's a phone call as they walk Freeman. Smith at the plate. He walked the first time. Lone man to reach. Or, sorry, he started. No, hang on. I thought that was only 4 man at the plate that got him first. Swing and a miss. Fastball. Vatek first down out to the 28 on 3rd and 5 to the 30, out of bounds. Cal's out of timeouts. Vatek still has all 3 of theirs. Smith hangs off the fastball, 2-2. 2nd and goal for UNC Charlotte, catching 26. Gosh, it's always easy to look back and say, how did I miss this? But I don't know if North Texas has played there in their conference yet or not. I feel like they were in the same league. Weren't they both in CUSA not too long ago? Surely they have. Both got promoted to the American Athletic with all these other conference realignments and movements. 2nd and goal to 3. Some motion left, trips right. Fake to the back, throws it to the H. Oh, drops it. It was the tight end, I guess. H-back, whatever, 86 for Charlotte. 3rd and goal. Ground ball, Smith base hit to right. Betts will score. Freeman's hung up between 2nd and 3rd. He'll get tagged out. Smith does a good job moving over to 2nd. RBI for Smith. 2-0 LA. Freddie just took too wide of a turnaround 2nd there. UNC Charlotte's passes to the end zone almost intercepted. 4th and goal. They're going to have to kick, I guess. Yeah, they're not. They don't have to, but they're going to choose to. Field goal's good. 20-17. 8:19 to go in the 3rd. Charlotte plus 26, winning outright. Total 61.5. The live price at Pinnacle 6.5 minus money. Chris is 7.5. The dog like 40. So little dissension in the ranks there. Let's see what have you at Circa. I just see a total, no side. Hernandez swings through a fastball. Ball low and away. Wow, nice play by the second baseman. Gets to the middle and stops it from getting to the outfield. Throws over to first and gets him. Hit hard enough. Made the play. That's Bichette also. Yeah, that's the first time he's ever played second base in his life. Worked out well there. Shortstops, you can move them just about anywhere and they can play. Then usually speaking, like all these guys that make it this level, like you've seen these atlases of players when they're in kids and stuff and where they play, and like the kid with the most talent or the biggest kid is always a pitcher at young ages. And if you can play and you got talent, you're almost always going to be a shortstop. Or at least, the days that you don't pitch are the shortstop. Sometimes you're both. But so like all these kids when they were in Little League, I mean, a lot of them at least always played probably some form of shortstop. Some of those tools just don't leave you. Got him. Inning over. They got one only, and they left one on third. But a good play by Bichette and a base running error by Freeman limits the damage. 2-0 Dodgers through 2.5 at the Skydome. Live price Dodgers anywhere between, call it $2.70 and $3. Come back around 2.30, give or take. Total 7.5 flat, 7.5 under 15, give or take. You got halftime. Cal, Virginia Tech, Hokies unable to do anything at the end of the half and finally just tapped out. Cal with 20 straight. I don't see how Virginia Tech comes back and wins this game. Cal's 5-2, Vatek's 2-5, and somehow we let this game get off as Virginia Tech is a 6-point favorite. Yeah, yardage, like I said, Cal, the drives went 3 and out, field goal, touchdown for Cal. Virginia Tech does get the ball, start the second half. They went touchdown, field goal, punt, and then halftime. No turnovers, yardage 175 to 133. Cal, the block punt, basically led to the last Cal touchdown. They've been in the red zone 4 times and gotten 4 scores. That's why the yardage isn't all out of whack, even though it's 20-10. Vatek's first 2 drives came on short fields after Cal punts. When they had a good kickoff return to flip the field after the field goal, only had to go 55 yards to kick a field goal. And from there, they've been pretty much in control of the game. Second half price, I see 4, I see 4.5, I see 5. Those are all a joke. Anything more than 3 is absurd. 4 popping up at Buckeye now. 4.5 in town. Circuit just went to a 4. Even that, I still think it's too high, but the opening prices, and the Chris has 5, the dog 37. Touchdown North Texas, 5:53. That did not take long. Let's get the details. 1-yard touchdown run by Sibley, 6 plays, 75 yards, 2:26 off the clock. Mestamaker now is 25 of 34 for 442. He might throw for 600 yards in this game. If Charlotte keeps answering and the time of possession stay relatively minimal. How many times has he been sacked? 14. So he had that, Mestamaker had that 18-yard run. Or close to it. A couple of the teams that had gambling implications from the FBI indictments yesterday. Curious to see what the state of how they would play tonight is, particularly Portland, who's missing their head coach. The far more serious infraction when you're talking about La Cosa Nostra and the mafia being involved in rigged poker games and collecting unpaid markers afterwards. Ugly stuff. Chauncey Billups in a heap of trouble with that one. but he is no longer the Portland coach for now. Thiago Splitter is. Golden State coming off an overtime win last night. They're in Portland. This is their third game in 4 nights in 3 different cities. And they're still laying 2.5, 3. I like Portland in this game +3. Even without Billups, figure you get a decent effort tonight. Not a good spot for the Warriors. Miami missing Terry Rozier. Not too much. They're beating on Memphis 86-47. Yep, that's what I said. 86-47 at the half in Memphis. Vladdy Jr. up against Snell here. Snell starting to cruise along. Pitch count only at 51 after 29 in the first. 1 out, nobody on here for Vladdy. 2-2 count. Guerrero base hit to left. God, that guy just hits. Hits and hits. Bichette grounder to first. Freeman fields it cleanly, throws back to short, and they turn it over. 3-6-3 will end the inning. That's pretty nifty over there at short. 2-0 at the end of 3. The Dodgers lead in Toronto. Live price Dodgers 360, come back 280, give or take. Total 7 over. 7 over. ESPN2 for North Texas and UNC Charlotte, probably the most exciting game on TV right now. Not necessarily the best football, especially if you're a defensive guy, but up and down the field both ways. 512 to 363. The total yardage is headed well over 1,000 for both teams combined in this game. Loft is 14 of 24 for 274. Although it's looks like North Texas is going to break serve here. Loftus just threw an incompletion and then another one after a couple of hurries by the North Texas defense. Be 4th and 5 at the 23. He'll probably have to punt. $51-yard punt, 21 on the return, so North Texas will take over at their own 47. Dodgers just hit in the fourth. Hernandez, 7, 8, 9. Kike Hernandez, that is. Savage, 71 pitches through 3, but they'll give him a chance to go deeper into this thing. Both teams are much stronger starters than bullpens. He gone. Swung at the slider. Forced strikeout for Savage. Ugh. I made a big ass pile of pasta today for like a late lunch. I ate it, I don't know, it's been 3 hours ago, 3.5 hours ago. I mean, I'm still buried. I mean, no nap or anything, but I mean, I've been working the whole time, but I just got busy and I looked up and I'm going, God, like I'm still full and it's 6:30 Pacific time. I mean, I did it. I went all out though. It was from scratch. I went to the grocery before to pick up some stuff to get me through the weekend. Got some milk and donuts all set for tomorrow. Hey, Marlins man's at the Dodger game right behind home plate. Looks like in the second row. Um, yeah, I got everything all set for the eggs and sausage and bacon. I'm going to make myself some omelets on Sunday. My parents are coming next week. Let's just call it a medical procedure that requires somebody to take me to and from, especially from the facility. And they volunteered. They like to come out and visit. So I'll have them from Monday evening until Friday morning. We'll certainly still do the stream next Thursday night, especially with the NFL and the World Series maybe still going on. Although no, I guess that's an off day. Friday, Saturday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Yeah, so Thursday would be a travel day if they're still playing. Game 6 in Toronto would be next Friday night. Struck him out. Slider, Dodgers cannot lay off of. Lots of swing and miss stuff in that. Edman, never a chance there. But yeah, I wanted to stock up on some food. Pius hits one good to right, but it's at the warning track and caught inning over 1-2-3 for your side. I think that's the first time he's done that tonight. Dodgers are gone in the fourth. 2-0 they lead. But yeah, I got myself in good shape food-wise, at least until they get here. So then, like I said, they'll be Monday, and then let's just say, without saying anything else, you guys can figure out what's going on. But starting on Tuesday, my diet turns all liquid for an entire day. Actually, I think it's Monday afternoon. And then Tuesday, a lot of my day will be spent nowhere near this computer. But I can't leave the house either. So there you go. But yeah, it'll be fun to get it out of the way and then to see them, of course. And then, like I said, next Thursday you'll have NFL, some college foots. I don't know how. We'll just have to see. I'm going to see what I'm going to do with them. I should be feeling okay by Thursday to do whatever while they're hanging out. And then they leave on Friday morning. So, and I'll handle my usual Friday errands, contest stuff, running around town like always in the morning before Friday night stream for the college football card. Similar to tonight's college football, and there's a World Series, potentially Game 6, depending on how this goes. Although, like I say, I thought after I saw the first one, Toronto not getting anything, it's snow. You can kind of see He had sort of a disgusted look on his face, but kind of an arrogant smirk as well. One of those like, you had your chances to get me and you didn't, and now I'm going to stick it up your ass. One of those looks. So far he's been gotten through the last two unscathed as well. So we'll see what happens here in the fourth. Live price, Dodgers are laying $3, come back $2.50. Some of the prices a little bit better, $2.60, $2.65. Most live totals are still set. Well, I shouldn't say that. I see a lot of 6.5 over 35 or 40, and there is some 7 flat out there as well. Again, I would never have under anything less than 7. I mean, there's just too many things that can happen. Especially the starting pitchers' pitch counts are up higher than normal in this game, or at least for Snell it has been. I don't know how much longer they're going to let Savage go off 4 days rest. North Texas is on the move again. It looked like, I don't know what happened on the start of the drive. I'm a little delayed, I guess. It's like they're going to have to punt. Is there a penalty or something? And now I guess so. Oh, they lost yardage. Okay. Got a little police action going on out there. Not sure if you guys can hear it or not. I had a good one last night. Across the street, there's a hookah bar. You know, those places where people go to like inhale something that's maybe not marijuana, but it smells like incense. I don't even know what the hell that shit is. But anyways, this guy was pulling in. I just happened to see it because I heard it wasn't the siren that went off. The cop had a like one of those things. Like, that's like really bad, because that means you did something wrong and it was right in front of him, and he doesn't have to blaze his sirens. He just has to blow that quick little beep beep, and then he knows he's right there on your ass. And so I just popped outside. By the time I got out there, this cop car was pulling into this. He was following this guy. This guy was driving in. Instead of pulling over, he just drove right in there to the hookah place and then just parked, and then started to get out. And like the cop's like, I heard him yelling like, "What are you doing?" Like, get out, come get back here, come, stop driving the car. I don't know how it was resolved. They were there for maybe 20 or 25 minutes. It was 9:30 or 10 o'clock Pacific last night. A little bit of action. There's sometimes here on Las Vegas Boulevard, right outside my house, you get some interesting stuff, loud motorcycles, all sorts of noise and commotion. And I keep the door open. It's that time of year, October, the weather's great. Now, it's in the 80s. So because of that, and the sun beats in from the west, right now I'm showing my thermometer here being 86. So yeah, it's warm, but if I got the fan blowing, I'm okay with it. I've got the thermometer off. The goal is to keep it that way until air conditioning season, which roughly happens in next, mid-April, hopefully. Obviously, there'll be some nights where I need the heat. It's not that warm out in Vegas, and I'll have to actually shut the door at night instead of leave it open. But I try to leave it open right now with the screen, just because, it cools down overnight, and by the time the morning comes, it feels great in here. Nobody gives a shit about that, so I'll move on. Snell working against Kirk here to lead off the Toronto fourth. 5, 6, and 7 for the Blue Jays here. Snell's pitch count only at 63, so it was at 59 to start the inning. Again, through 3, that's a little higher than what he wants. Kirk hits one opposite field, off the wall. Oh, but it's Hernandez guns one into second, and he has to sprint back to first. Kirk is as slow as there is in anybody in baseball, and he hit that ball hard enough, and it ricocheted right to Teoscar. He had to go back to first. It's a 325-foot single. Yeah, maybe less than that. It hit the lower half of the wall, just inside the foul pole, or the foul paint in this circumstance. He would have been out by 9 miles. He didn't even. His turn to second was actually not even far enough to make a play back to first. All right, so Varsho, it steps in now and gets Smelly. Hits a bullet to center. Back, gone. That was a shot. Varsho knots it up at 2. Man, that 6.5 I saw on the live just didn't make shit for sense. Yeah, that was a rocket. He hit that probably like 430, 423. Yeah, I mean it was the deepest part of the park and it hit way up on the wall and ricocheted back onto the field. First pitch, gas. I looked, they wore that jacket. Why doesn't he leave it on for a while? It's a nice, snazzy sport coat. Charlotte has to punt again. Back to North Texas. Two. Game is very close to a pick 'em now in the live price. Fly ball to center on the first pitch after the homer to Paez. He catches it. One down. Yeah, you basically got to pick 'em now. 8.5 over a bunch, 9 under a bunch. Yeah, that's right. The Dodgers gave up 1 run and 5 straight before this one. Straw hit one. Kike Hernandez makes the play and left. Snell's pitch count only at 68. Not so bad. He's up to 70 pitches now with those 2 runs. Did UNC Charlotte just have a? Let me look at the plays here. Hang on. Okay. 33-yard punt. So yeah. So North Texas, good situation here. Not a swing. Snell thought he swung. I did too. Touchdown, Vatek. Good response here. That's their first drive of the second half. Isaiah Spencer, a 42-yard touchdown catch. 10 plays, 75 yards, 4:42 off the clock. With Straight Talk's real unlimited data, say yes to unlimited streaming. Yes, unlimited gifting. No, and unlimited holiday. Or are they going to take this away? They might take this away. Hold all mutuals. Oh, man, that's a tough beat. Overturned to incomplete pass. They were really close kicking the point as well. So 10-18 still, second and 10 on the Cal 42. 20-10. This is a delay for me. I'm watching now they're in the ACC Replay Center, which is the best thing going in sports right now. Every league in the world should be doing this, especially with what happened with the gambling stuff. I mean, make this as transparent as possible. If you're going to have replay everywhere, that's something that needs to be done and not thought about twice. It's been a breath of fresh air this year to watch the ACC games all do this. Dodgers got through the inning on a strikeout. Toronto will have the top of the order when they come up in the 5th. 2-2 at the end of 4, basically a pick 'em. Dodgers a small favorite. Total 8.5 flat. Mostly. North Texas is a 41-yard field goal here from their right hash. Right down the middle, 27-20. Mestamaker now 30 of 42 for 496. 19 seconds to go in the third. 27-20 North Texas over UNC Charlotte. The Raptors did lose 122 to 116, so whoever was watching that game can now sit back and settle in on the Blue Jays and Dodgers. Mason Fluharty in for the Blue Jays, a lefty, as Otani, both teams at the top of their order to start the fifth. Makes sense for Fluharty to start here with this. The Dodgers are some lefty-heavy offense here at the top of the lineup. He may only go this one inning. Maybe not, though. He can go a little longer, given that the Toronto doesn't have a bunch of lefties down there. Rung him up. Strikeout at the knees. Don't think he liked the call. Sweeper on him. That looked a little bit low. Oh, he didn't like it. Into the third quarter in Charlotte. North Texas leads at 27-20. UNCC with the ball first and 10 at their own 24. Looks like a lot of Twitter people are treating this like the Blue Jays are like the world's team. Anybody against the Dodgers. Especially those that are neutral, don't have any skin in the game. Can't blame them. If I didn't have a Dodger fandom or a bet on the Dodgers, I'd probably be rooting for Toronto as well. Bet space it up the middle on the Fluharty cutter. Mestemaker is now up to 5th all-time in yards passing. No, he's in 2nd all-time. He just passed Ramsey. So Daniel Maher in 2007 threw for 601. And 2nd was 495. Steve Ramsey, he has 496 through 3 quarters. So yeah, it's got 106 yards to break the record, and he's currently 2nd all by himself. The Vatek touchdown got taken away. It's 3rd and 9. Now it's taken forever to figure all this stuff out. Little slant. Fred Freeman at the plate for the Dodgers, 1 on, 1 out. Oh, he might have got hit on the hand. Foul ball. Oh, right off the knob. Oh, got himself a cookie. A sweeper that didn't sweep at 81. He's sort of chuckling. I don't blame him. Ah. Oh, Freeman hits this one deep, not deep enough. Varsho makes the play on the center field warning track, and Betts will have to retreat to first. I thought he got it for a second, but his reaction wasn't good enough. Although Freddie's usually not one to sit there and pose. All right, so finally, it's all said and done here. Cal, Virginia Tech, they stopped him on downs, I guess. I have no clue what happened here. Cal's offense on the field for the first time in 45 minutes of real time. I do know that. I'm trying to figure out how or why. 13 plays, 40 yards, field goal, 6:15 off the clock. Okay, so they did get a field goal out of it, 52-yarder it looks like. So the touchdown got taken off, and Tech had to settle for a field goal. How did it take that long? 45 minutes. It's not like, well, I guess Virginia Tech had the ball for a bunch there at the end of the second quarter, but not long enough to do anything. All right, anyways. 20-13. Jaron Kiawe Sagapolotele. I just got to keep talking myself into saying it, and eventually it'll like breed itself into existence where it'll just come off the tip of my tongue. If he's going to be as good as everybody says he is. Oh, bad snap, and he threw it. That's going to have to be grounding. It's going to put Cal in a pickle immediately. Surely to Christ they got to call that. There's no receiver close. There's the flag. I like the way the ref just waited until the last second. They show the ref. There's no flag on the field. The ref just goes and chucks the flag and starts talking immediately. Good stuff, ref. Power ranking goes up. It would have been funnier if he wouldn't have even thrown the flag to begin with, if he just would have started talking. Put the flag in his hand, waved it, put it back in his pocket, and started talking. Here we go in the fifth. 2 outs, and Sir Anthony Dominguez gets Smith to fly out to right, and that'll end the threat. Dodgers are done. We're halfway home. 2-5-0 for LA, 2-6-0 for the Jays. Live price, Toronto's going to be the favorite, about $1.30. Total, 7.5 flat, 7.5 over a little bit maybe. Curious to see if Snell stays in there. I'm guessing he probably will, but it's not a lock. Snell had arguments about this when he was at Tampa Bay. They were adamant that they wouldn't let him face the Dodger lineup for the 3rd time, even though he had gotten into the 6th inning. This is the 5th, so he had faced 3 more batters in this. That was it. He got through 5, and then that was it. They went to the bullpen, and the Dodgers started hammering away, and that was it. This game he's only pitched 4. The Toronto offense has been turned around twice, so with 2 runs in, that means they've left 4 on base. 12 outs, 2 runs, and 4 on base is 18. So top of the order, and I don't know what Roberts is going to do, and I haven't seen on Twitter yet either. I personally would leave him in, but that's me, and I don't know. I'm whatever Roberts does, I'm usually against it, so I'm fully expecting him to pull him. But the strategy of these managers, a lot of times they just don't want a guy to see a guy 3 times. They don't want him to face Springer and Vladdy and whoever else 3 times. I don't agree, especially with the Dodger bullpen the way it's been. Like I would rather Snell pitch for basically until his arm falls off, but that's not what they're going to do most likely. Mestamaker with it again for North Texas on the move. Complete, first down to the 10. 1st and 10 at maybe the 11. Virginia Tech gets the ball back on a Cal punt, but they'll start at their own 14 after a block in the back. 6:55 to go in the 3rd. Live price, Cal 3.5. Total 52.5 flat. Drake. Springer up, but Snell's still in there. Good call. He's only thrown 73 pitches. Finally, common sense prevails. Caleb Hawkins, 7-yard touchdown catch for North Texas. 4 plays, 23 yards, 131 off the clock. It's a base hit for Springer. Shoots a hole in my theory. Let's see how long the leash is. Charlotte got stopped on downs after a 3-and-out, and downs. The field goal to start the half was all they've done on offense here. North Texas, the field goal and the touchdown, they extend the lead to 34-20. 4 plays, 23 yards, 131 off the clock. Maker 33 of 45 for 517, 3 touchdowns and a pick. Live price, North Texas is 16.5. Don't see a total. $66.5 it looks like. That seems a little low. I feel like there's at least 2 more touchdowns in this game. Two and two to Schneider. 80 pitches now for Snell. Grounder, 5, 4, 3. Dodgers turn it over. Muncy, Edmund, Freeman. Grounder to Edmund. And that's a 1-2-3. Actually a minimum after the double play in the 5th. 2-5-0 for the Dodgers, 2-7-0 for Toronto through 5. First 5 total falls 4. Nobody wins the first 5. Live price, pick 'em. Total 7.5 under a little bit. Chris getting Q with a 7 over 66. Something I had to check out there on my tweet deck that I'll get to later if you guys saw me get distracted there for just a second. Interesting. Anytime I pick up something interesting on Twitter that I think I can use going forward, I try to keep myself in a spot where I can look into it when I get some free time. Tonight that'll be when I'm done with the stream here. Can't say for sure how long I'll end up going. Certainly we got a kickoff coming between Boise State and Nevada that's any minute now. Third and 13 for UNC Charlotte. They're running the screen over the middle, and there's guy made an incredible play, tripped him up. I thought it did better. He fell down. He's not celebrating at all. 44-yard touchdown for Vatek. Heath pass from Drones. 4 plays, 86 yards, 149 off the clock. 5:06 to go in the third. We got a new ball game, 20-all. Virginia Tech the first 10, Cal the next 20. Then after halftime, Virginia Tech the next 10. 10 minutes into the quarter. 20-all. Let's see, live price. Virginia Tech now a 2.5-point favorite minus some money. 57 over the total. 57 over 35. I would think 57.5 under would be a little bit better, but even flat. This much time left, but hey, what do I know? 7.5 flat most of the way around. The Dodgers are just a very small favorite on the live, maybe 20 cents. We've reached the top of the hour. Thanks for checking me out here on the SWEATBOX. I appreciate it. Hopefully everybody's well, ready to have a big weekend. A lot going on. Tomorrow, the first fight in the UFC will start at 7:15 Pacific time. Mizuki Inoue against Jacqueline Amorim. Both these fighters, first of 2 of the strawweight fights tomorrow at the Etihad in the UAE, Abu Dhabi's Fight Island. The host for 2 championship belts, the absolute lightest of the women and the absolute heaviest of the men, back-to-back late afternoon. The last fight's going to end somewhere around 2 Pacific. So one of my TVs will be devoted to the fights all morning. I'll be watching soccer as well, get all ready for countdown and tip-off, kickoff for the noon Eastern games in the college. Will get us started. I'll be streaming probably a little before that, and obviously I need to do a better job before I tell the whole world about what's going on here, about getting the schedule out there and being consistent with it. You guys will see this next week, hopefully. I'll have a schedule, and everybody's going to see it coming in. And, everybody will know, you'll know what to set your clock to. When I fire the stream on, everybody will know what to expect. Hernandez leading off for the Dodgers against Dominguez, who stays in there for Toronto to start the 6th. 5, 6, and 7 for LA here. And let's see, what else? Cal has the ball 3rd and 7 at their own 30, starting the next drive. Sagapolo-Taylor's pass was incomplete, but he does complete a pass for 18 to King. And that gets it out near midfield. 3.5 to go. Strikeout by Dominguez to Hernandez. Let's see, what was I looking for here? The machine froze up on me. Nothing in the chat. Feel free to ask something if you want. I'm going to double check a TV situation here. Wanted to make sure with Boise State, Nevada on, I need to make sure I got the visual on that, especially the first half. I want to give you my halftime thoughts before I before I call it there. So I'll be around at least for the next hour and a half. Okay, that said, hang tight. Be back in just a second. Back in the saddle here. Blue Jays are through the Dodger order in the 6th without any trouble. They'll bat in the 6th, being anywhere from $1.35, $1.40. Come back $1.20 or so. Favorite. The Jays are the favorite. Sorry. Total's pretty much 7 flat, give or take. Going into bottom 6, we'll see how the Dodgers handle it. Snell's pitch count's not that high. 70-yard touchdown pass by Mestamaker to Wyatt Young, and that puts Mestamaker on 587 yards, 34 for 46. Live price in North Texas UNC Charlotte is now off the board. And North Texas, a chance now, despite all this trouble in this game, the cover is not totally out of the question here. They're up 20, 9 minutes to go. If they can get another stop against Charlotte and get the ball back, the old front door might be open. Hang on a second here. I said I was going to fix this. All right. I actually made a clerical error. I was thinking I had to thread the needle with that remote, but I didn't because Amazon Prime is on the other TV, and that one's got, it's hard to explain. It's not streaming from one of my boxes. It's streaming from the actual TV itself, so the input's different. It's not an HDMI. It's through the TV. If you saw my setup, you'd understand. But it is weird to see Dirk Nowitzki and Steve Nash and Blake Griffin and whoever the other analyst is, I can't tell. Maybe Jamal Crawford. Talking with the chick, whoever's running the show, the quarterback, on a set. They showed that set last night when the NFL people came in from. They did a good job with it, actually. Amazon sent their people from from the stadium out by the airport up to Culver City, where that studio is. I guess it's on the MGM lot. And so they were there until kickoff, and then they were by halftime. They were at the studio, did their halftime show there, then their postgame show with the NBA people. So it was all together at the end. Pretty smooth transition, and they got to show off the studio last night. I thought that was pretty neat. Okay, so Snell back out there to face 4, 5, and 6 here. Given the fact that he got the face the minimum in the 5th, decent work. Let him go. 87th pitch. I'm guessing this may be it for him. If he can get out of the 6th without much trouble, he can get through it. They may give him another chance, but let's just hope he can get through the 6th first. Sheehan up in the pen for the Dodgers. He'll be the first one, righty. Oh, man. I was about to change the channel. I thought I was like, man, did I put on... I thought that the speed got super slow on my Virginia Tech Cal game. I was getting ready to have to change it. But it was turning out it was just a highlight from the other game, the ESPN2 game. Timberwolves Lakers are the late game. All right. Kirk base hit it through the right side. Kiner Falefa stays. God, that guy just hits. 3 at bats, 3 times at the plate, and 3 times on base. Mark Pryor out to the hill. 91 pitches for Snell. He didn't get anybody out here in the 6th. Oh, North Texas rips one off. Long play. Touchdown. They're ahead of the number with 7:06 to go. 46-20. Point pending. Here I was thinking UNC Charlotte had a chance to win it on the field. Now they might not even get the money. Well, I shouldn't say they thought they had a chance. I'm saying the game was playing out like they had a chance there for a little bit. 45-yard touchdown run by Sibley. 2 plays, 49 yards. Mestamaker may not get another chance to throw it. North Texas is now outgained Charlotte 699 to 374. Drones. Big play on first down to get it all the way out to the Cal 25. Is that right? Yeah, roughing the passer, and then he kept it for 33 yards. So, yeah, Virginia Tech is down to the Cal 25 now. So it's just a complete story of different games. Cal 2 punts, then a field goal, touchdown, and then 2 punts. And Vatek, touchdown, field goal, 3 punts, half, and then field goal, touchdown. And here they are on their 3rd drive of the half, banging on the window here. To the 4th, it's 20 all, live price. Virginia Tech 5.5, total 57 under 13, 56.5 over 30. I would lean towards the high side still. I think 57, anything higher than 57, if you can get plus money, it seems like a good bet. Wouldn't lay the over 56.5 with all that juice. It's too much. Snell stays out there. Varsho 2-1 against him. He hit one out of here last time against this guy. Oh, got himself a cookie on a slider and missed it. Swung and a miss. Snell's pitch is in on his hands. 2-2, nobody out. Bottom 6, 2-2 count. Guerrero, Bichette, and Varsho, all sons of former World Series players. Yeah, Gary Varsho was his dad, and his Dalton's name is after Darren Dalton, old teammate in Philly. Snell's slider's low. Count is full here. This may be the end of the line, given that you got righties coming for Toronto. Grounder, foul. I'm ahead of you guys on the baseball, and that's the reason why I'm go ahead and more play-by-play on that than the football or any of the hoops. All those are on delays for me. But the baseball game is as important, or especially as close as it is like this. Give you guys my thoughts and the consistent live lines and updates. I don't see anything that I love other than well, Varsho hits one 9 miles, but it's foul. Well, not that far. Hooked. But I've given you some live thoughts already. I thought that at one point there was a 6.5, which seemed low to me. Right before it was 2-0 Dodgers, right before the Varsho home run inning. The payoff from Snell to Varsho again. Almost hit him. Maybe did hit him. Either way, the 100th pitch will likely be Snell's last, and the bases are loaded with nobody out. It did hit him. Oh, right in the shoulder. That'll do it for him. Live price, Toronto's a $4 favorite now with the pitching change. Not his best effort tonight, but he did gut it out. It's Sheehan time. $2-5-0 for LA, $2-8-0 for Toronto. Nobody out, and the bases are polluted with Jays. Live total 8.5 over 23 at Pinnacle. Let's see what the rest of the market comes if they do. Some of these people won't put them up unless it's between innings. But a pitching change in this spot with all the time that they're allowed to take, there's no reason not to put it up. You know what it's supposed to be. This Pinnacle line literally has been programmed thousands and thousands and thousands of times with this exact same situation. At the very least, hundreds of times with a tie score in the bottom of the 6th, with whatever pregame side and total that's similar to this. And then the number just is what it is. I mean, Chris and Pinnacle are both working off a very similar algorithm. Just use something close to that, and you're not going to get robbed or stole from if you're a bookmaker. Toronto 447, Pinnacle 414. Comeback 312 both places. Total at Chris much higher, 8.5 over 37, but that's the same thing juice-wise. Pinnacle's much closer to 8.5 flat. Circuit did come with the live. 425, 345. That's kind of right in the middle of both of them. 8.5 flat. Again, that's pretty close to the middle. I actually would lean under that. Obviously, that means 7 would be the push, 8 the middle. Anything more than that would be chopping the juice. North Texas got the ball back in Charlotte. What's going on in that game? Every time I look up, they got the ball. 3 and outs in a row and a 1 stoppage on downs. They just can't even do shit on offense anymore. They went from field goal, touchdown. Then they started the second half with a long drive for a field goal, and since then they've done nothing. 5, 4, 3, 1, 10. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 19 plays, 10 yards in their last 6 drives. That's crazy. It's like if you didn't know any better, you'd say North Texas had some guys suspended for the first half on defense. Here we go. Emmett Sheehan, Clement. Dodgers, I'm sure, are going to have the infield in here. At the very least, in at the corners and 2 in the middle. guy's got all kinds of arm action. There it is, base hit up the middle. That's going to score at least one. And yep, Kirk's at third. So 3-2 Toronto. Still nobody out. First four have all reached for Toronto here in the bottom of the sixth. Mestemaker did throw for 21 more yards. He broke the school record. 37 of 49 for 608. He's out of the game now, and North Texas is going to run the clock out. I'm sure there'll be no timeouts for Charlotte. Pinch hitter for Toronto. Luke's. Sheehan's slider is the swing and a miss. Still nobody out. First four have reached for Toronto. Jesus, look at this Dodger infield. They're conceding the run at third. Anything else is going to be a double play maybe. Although Kirk at third is not an automatic against any. I mean, Smoltz is right here. I've got the volume up to where I can hear him not on accident. But yeah, if this ball is hit even up the middle at one of the infielders, they don't have to try to turn to. They can throw it home and get him. .96 up in his eyes, trying to get him to go after it. 1-2. Curveball inside. I think he tried to get a hit on the ankle. Almost worked. Good speed with second with Varsho. Anything to the outfield should score two if it's a hit. Fastball. Center cut a little high. Was going to be a strike. It's fouled off. Chuck Edel was pretty high on this Nevada-Reno Boise game, under 51 or better. So it seems like he's got the right part of it so far. Ball three, fastball away. He's worked himself back into the count from 0-2. And there's nowhere else to do with it. Nobody out, loaded, full count. Toronto up 3-2. Popped it foul. Muncie gives it a look. Can't get there. (47-20). North Texas out of the 2-minute timeout. Man, wow. They're trying to run the clock out. Another team just won't let them. Ashton Gray, a 32-yard touchdown run. 7 plays, 55 yards, 350 off the clock. And Toronto extends the lead to 4-2 on the walk. Great at bat. Great at bat by Luke's. No other way around it. Fell behind 0-2, fouled off several pitches. I think that was like a 9 or 10 pitch at bat. 4-2. First 5 have reached for Toronto here in the 6th. Jimenez, bottom of the order. Now, I don't even see what the Dodger infield's doing against this guy. You got some speed at the plate. You can really no longer afford to give up any other runs. I mean, it's one thing to play your infield back in a 1-run game with Kirk at third, but now that it's all mostly the guys on the bases can all run, you got to play them all in. Oh, that's right. He's 0-2 again. Yeah, the live total's up to 10.5 Pinnacle right now. And they're sensing this could be a monster inning. 54-20, the extra point good for North Texas. Over everything, over second half total. 27-0 in the 4th quarter to get the money. 754 yards of offense for North Texas. Line drive, base hit to right. That'll score 1. It was hit hard enough they might not score more than 1. 5-2. Station-to-station baseball for Toronto continues. At 6 straight to reach to start the inning. They flip the lineup back around and are threatening to turn this into a rout. Split finger fastball. So the first 3 reach against Snell to start the inning, and then against the drawn-in infield. It doesn't matter if they were back or not. They weren't getting to that. It was a bullet. And the next 3 have reached against Sheehan. Still bases loaded, 5-2, and nobody out. Pryor out to talk to Sheehan as well. And I have no idea what the Dodgers have planned to do in their bullpen next. Is there a script? Cal and Virginia Tech, 11 minutes to go in the 4th quarter there, 20 all. Tech ball. They're in scoring position. Or close to it. At this point, long field goal range, let's call it. There's a bouncer to Muncie who throws home to get the run at the plate. Was that Betts who fielded it? Okay. Yeah, Betts. Looks like it might have been Betts' throw. If he hadn't juggled it a little bit, it may have started a 6-1 3-double play. As it is, base is still loaded, 5-2. 1 out. Barger's going to pinch hit for Toronto. Nevada-Reno, 4th and 4. They're going to kick a 40-yard field goal against Boise. It's in the middle of the field. Snap down up. And it's good. Nevada 3 and Boise nothing. 3:50 to go in the 1st. Live price, Boise, I'll call it 15 minus some money. I would actually take Reno plus 15 plus money at this point. Or even money or better. Anything higher than 14 would be a take. Their defense looks engaged and in the game so far. I've been impressed. It's the one thing. UNLV's offense is like obviously miles better than Nevada's, but their defense is awful. And Boise just shredded it last week. But this is a step up in class. Plus, they're going from their blue carpet where they wore their blue uniforms and their blue helmets, and they cheated like they always do when they wear that shit. Tonight they're wearing white in Reno. Not nearly as friendly of an atmosphere. Reno's team struggled at times this year, but the offense especially, but the defense has been pretty good. That's why Chuck Edel liked under a bunch. This game so far, I think he's right. Certainly adds value and premium to under in the 51 price, and it certainly still makes the live price good. Boise 16.5 at Chris. That makes no sense to me at all. Like, I like the dog a lot at that level. Late in the first quarter. Anyways, that's where we're at there. Dodgers are changing pitchers. 5-2 bottom 6 live price. Toronto as high as 25-1 favorite, minus 2,500. Comeback plus 1,300 at Circa, plus 1,100 Pinnacle, 900 at Chris. So you're getting the money's worth of the Dodgers at this point. Total is 10.5 over a bunch, 10.5 flat. Yeah, my buddy Mitch Moss just said that the Blue Jays have fouled off 28 balls. That's according to what Smoltz said. That is an incredible number. 28 foul ball. I'll bet Milwaukee didn't foul off 28 balls in the whole series against the Dodgers. Vatek threatening to take the lead against Cal. Yeah, they're going to have to explain to me what's going on with this Boise line. It's crazy high. Banda in the game now against Barger. So after Toronto went to the lefty, the Dodgers counter with a lefty pitcher here. Banda's going to try to do some work. That is a crazy stat. 15 pitches this inning thrown with 2 strikes. No swings and misses, and all the runners have reached. I think Vesey is another pitcher out of that Dodger bullpen, but he's out. He's attending to a family issue and is not on the roster currently. Here's a high fly ball by Barger, deep to right, gone. 9-2 Blue Jays, touchdown. In the CFO, he would say, and the Rouge is good. Oh boy, Dodger bullpen, yikes. 9-2 Toronto, bottom 6. Good night, Irene. Grand Slam, Toronto. Still only one out in the bottom of the 6th. 7 of the first 8 have reached, and they're all in the dugout. You got it. Yeah, to the point where they're batting around now. I guess Bichette's going to get pinch hit for. He's standing in the dugout here. Vladdy hits a little blooper to center. That's going to fall. The center fielder was playing halfway to the warning track. Dodgers completely lost their composure at this point. I don't know what the final score is going to be. Probably a lot worse than what this is. Yeah, this was a game the Dodgers had their chances to really do some damage early. They were only up 2-0. It could have easily been 4, 5, 6-0 after Toronto didn't score in the first. Once the Blue Jays had got back in the game, the all the momentum switched, and give them credit for having all these good at bats against Snell. And the Dodger bullpen looks completely overmatched against these guys. I mean, it's a small sample size. What are we talking? 4 or 5 batters, 6 batters, but it's been ugly. Here's a fly ball to left by Kiner Falefa. Oh, he actually pinch hit to start the inning. He's already batted. They've already batted around here. IKF pinch hit for Bichette when it was tied at 2. Seven, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, this is 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, this is the 11th batter of the inning. These Toronto offensive statistics they keep saying on the TV are like mind-boggling. 28 foul balls, and that was 9 minutes ago. Here's a fly ball to the left field gap and up and gone. Kirk is 3 for 3 now, and it's 11-2. This is a very aesthetically pleasing team to watch. The Blue Jays are. I really can't believe it took Seattle to beat them 3 times and beat them twice in this building to start the series. Varsho's fly to Bandit is caught by the left fielder. That'll do it mercifully. Toronto plates 9 in the inning. That'll beat all kinds of props. I think there was a grand slam in the series prop. I think there was will there be like a 6-run inning or something like that or more. All kinds of shit that came in tonight. 11-2 at the end of 6. Live line probably non-existent at this point, just a total. On ESPN2, the Charlotte game against North Texas is final. 1 AA game between Montana and Sacramento State are underway. Montana, number 4 in the country at 7-0. Sac State also in the Big Sky, 4-3. What are they, 2-1 in the league? Montana 3-0. So I guess these teams all play 7 conference games and 4 non-conference games. It's kind of weird. You'd think they would try to play more conference games, given the side that most of those leagues still have pretty big numbers of teams. Game basically was 62.5, more or less at the end, depending on, obviously some of the places put the line up and then they just let the robots move the juice. So you got Chris's 4 minus 30, you got Pinnacle 7.5, the dog 54 or whatever. So either way, none of that's equal to exactly 6 flat, but take it out of the wash, and that's kind of what you get. Nevada, Reno, and Boise 3-0. That's late in the first. The total in the Dodgers and Toronto, by the way, 15.5 under 46 or 15 flat, which that's closer to being right. 11-2 after 6. Toronto leads it. I like over a little bit, but with the fact that there's not going to be a bottom of the 9th, I understand why they're using 15. I would go over 15, but again, not for anything that would be too extensive. Wouldn't want to put too much of a sweat on it. Vatek did score and took the lead against Cal. So they scored the first 10. Cal gets the next 20, and now Vatek is ahead of the number and leads at 27-20 with 7 minutes to go into the game. Sagapolotele needs to make something happen here for the Bears. At this point, that's not happening. I'm on delayed feed there on ESPN. Forgive my inability to give you a better play-by-play. 2nd and 3 at the Vatek 29. They're going to have a big play here. 34-yard gain to Grizzle, and then a 7-yarder to Mason Minnie. That'll be 2nd and 3 at the Vatek 29. So that 34-yard completion was on 3rd and 8. Big play there. Fisher in for Toronto to start the 7th. Mind you, my fault. Edmund up there against him. So Fisher walks Edmund on 4 pitches, which is like an unspeakable sin when you're up by 9 runs starting in the inning after a 9-run inning. Now I really like over. 15. How could it be 15 with the Dodgers having 9 more outs in a 9-run game? Pages has been pitiful in the playoffs. 081. 0 for 2 tonight. End of 1 up in Reno. It's 3-0. Nevada leads Boise. Boise second down at their own 43. Their first drive, they had it for 3 minutes and then punted after Nevada threw a pick on their first drive. And then Nevada went 12 plays, 57 yards, and 7-16. Ran most of that first quarter out. Three nothing end of 1. You got Boise's 19 and 45. Again, I don't see that. I don't understand how that can be the line. What's she saying to him? Damn it, hang on. I want to hear this guy. All right, so Boise's going to have it at the 4-yard line, 1st and goal. Box scores fake news on this game. I guess we'll find out soon enough. It's 2nd and goal at the 2 now, after a 2-yard run up the middle for Boise. Who's that, Matt? 26? Riley? Tripped up. Got nothing. Gosh, he thought he had it too. Couldn't get to the edge. 3rd and goal at the 2. Bob Nightingale reported earlier that home run that Varsho hit was the first hit Snell had given to a left-handed hitter all year. Don't be too impressed with that. Snell only made 11 starts in the regular season. It's he and Kike Hernandez and a few of these Dodgers. They know their roles at this point. They get paid a lot of money to pitch some, or to play some, but their ultimate goal is to be ready to peak in October. And Smells has been really good at that for a long time. Boise actually loses yardage on 3rd and goal. They go back to the 5, and they're going to have to settle for a field goal. Great job by Nevada Reno to buck up at the end there and force a field goal kick. It is good. 3-3. 13 to go in the second. Ohtani, fly ball to right. Gone. 11-4. Ohtani hits one out. Lead has been sliced to 7. Base is empty. Well, he didn't take any time at all there. He almost caught and passed Edman. Oh, not a good pitch. Toronto better get somebody up in the pen. This guy, he might not get to pitch again this whole series. Touchdown, Cal. Kendrick Raphael in from 2 yards out. I think Vatek had a penalty there. I thought it was 3rd and long. Look at the guy. They took either a sack or a fumble. We're going to have to kick a field goal, but I guess not. 2:34 left, 27-26. Sagapola Taylor gets it done. 9 plays, 72 yards. 4:37 off the clock. Betts in there now. Toronto with some more action up in the pen. I missed it. One of their righties is up. Let's just see if the Dodgers can start stringing some base runners together. How quiet the Sky Dome gets. Get to like 11-7 here in this inning with like 2 outs. Oh, Bassett. I guess he won't be starting in this series. Oh, they said Betts swung. Do not agree. Game Day Operations Center. What are they reviewing now? The touchdown? Now I got to go to my Jesus Christ. All right, I'm going to go to my box score. Okay, the box is going to give him the touchdown. The extra point's good. 27 all. 2:34 to go. 27 all. I don't see a live price. Hang tight. Boise and Reno, the new live price, 15.5 and 41.5. I like Chuck's under, and I like the dog still. That 19 at the end of the first was, they've all been absurd. Anything more than 14 is a take with Reno until further notice. Like the third base coach just waving you all around every time. Just take, take, take. Freeman. 2 down, nobody on. Toronto 11-4. High fastball, but he pops him up to right. And that'll do it. Toronto 11, the Dodgers 4. Stretch time. Live price 16.5. I guess flat sounds about right. 1.5 runs left. No side. There might be a Toronto handicap. I'm not going to bother to look it up. Cal and Vatek. Hokies with their own 36. 2-minute warning. 2nd and 1. Drones. Not a great statistical game passing wise. 7 of 16 for 101 with 2 touchdowns and a pick. He does have 15 carries for 73 yards. Hawkins 19 for 156. So, and the long's only 34. So, good job there of getting those guys involved. Those two have done the damage. Raphael 18 for 59 for Cal and 3 touchdowns. Sagapolotele is 22 of 32 for 238 for the Golden Bears. They are 5-2. Vatek 2-5. Cal has ran for minus 16 yards thanks to the sacks. I guess, is that right? Minus 16? Anyways. Yeah, Vatek's ran the ball 47 times to throw it 16. But the 2-5 Hokies need a win here. Keep their flickering bowl hopes alive under the interim coaching staff. Well, we got a turnover in the Boise game. We got some people happy on the sideline wearing white. And the box score stopped updating in Reno. This is terrible. I'm not up to speed with what happened here. It looks like they got the ball back. Boise laying 16.5 again. I guess so. It's fucking crazy, these lines. Take Reno again. Until Boise shows they can score and the momentum stays and it's not just a field goal because of a turnover, you can have it. Total is 41 over 17, give or take. No score in the first half in Montana State, Sacramento. About 10 minutes has been played. Roboleski in for the Doyers here in the 7th. They're going to have to figure out a way to string together 6 more outs before anybody else gets used tonight. Just get out of here alive and stop using pitchers. Going to need some arms tomorrow. Fly ball to center. Paya's back, makes the play. This Vatek feed, it can't possibly be any slower than this. I think I'm going to fix both my TVs. Let's try this. I don't know. Maybe it is. Little chopper to third. Muncie fires. Got him. 2 down. I have no clue what's happening in this Virginia Tech. I'm sorry. I do have a clue. I'm just not going to tell you. I'll let you guys sweat it yourselves. I have a clue because of my box score, but not because of what I'm actually seeing with my eyes. It's commercials with my eyes. Brutal. Sacramento State is in the end zone. Drones keeps it big gain all the way down into the Cal 35. You know, it's crazy. They just showed a highlight from 1963. And it's just been exactly as far. It's actually been further back for Toronto's 93 World Series. 32 years. The last time they were there. And I remember that. I was in high school. It was only 30 years from 1963 to 1993. It's actually going further back in time to compare Toronto to now compared to the Dodgers of 63 to the Toronto of 93. Just a crazy stat. Lord knows Father Time is undefeated. That said, ground out to Edmund, and the inning is over. They go to the eighth, 11-4 Toronto. What is it, like the Tom Brenneman apology, and then there's a deep drive to left by Castellanos, and that'll make it a 4-0 game. Live price 16 over a quarter, 16 over 30. Nobody's booking the side. The 7-run game. 11-4 Jays. Okay, 3rd and 3 for Vatek with 1:21 left. Cal calls timeout. They just called one on the first play as well. Rushing yards is now 311 to negatives, or 311 to 20. 315 to 20. Yeah, crazy. Okay, so 20, but it's 27 all. So 3rd and 8 at the Cal 34, the timeout. Cal has 1 left, Vatek with 2. They're in field goal range according to the green line on the field, but this is a long kick for anybody in college. Oh, they are the Grizzlies. I just remember seeing Grizz. Montana. So Drones keeps it for a 5-yard gain. It'll be 4th and 2. That false start penalty on Vatek was a killer on 3rd and 3rd and 2 or 3rd and 3. Cal called their last timeout, 1:17 left. John Love will have a 45-yard field goal. 1:17 on the clock. Chubba Purdy in for the Reno offense, 3-all. 11:40 to go in the second. Finally, the fucking line's below 14. You could have bet that game 6 times at 14.5 all the way up to like 19. It's never 14.5. Sorry, it was 15 plus money all the way to 19. Total yards 89 to 78 Reno. Second down Reno at the Boise 45 or so. Will Smith at the plate, 4, 5, and 6 for the Dodgers here in the 8th against Chris Bassett. It's funny, this game seems like it's taken forever because the starting pitchers didn't last so long. Most of these games, these starting pitchers are going deep into the game, especially for the Dodgers, and it's like now they got some guys you never heard of. Oh, doinked it, and Cal will take over. The kick off the right upright is no good, and the Golden Bears will have a chance to score and win this thing on the road. Grounder to the first baseman. He's finished. Inning over. Or, I'm sorry, one down. Got an injury for Boise. Nevada ran a little screen to the receiver. He caught it in the corner for Boise. McCoy is the one that's down here. I didn't see whether the blocker got there to get him. I thought that the defensive back had a chance to make a play, and he just didn't do it. And he hurt himself in the process, which is like insult to injury here. Okay, my box score is all caught up now. So Reno has it now at the Boise 35. They just ran the next play, so the injury wasn't too bad, thankfully. Boise got hit another Boise guy. Friendly fire. Teoscar Hernandez for the Dodgers, 0 for 3 tonight. Cal Sagapolotele with a deep completion to Mason Minnie for 21. That'll take it down into the inside the Virginia Tech 35, and we got a Tarjang penalty on Bass. They'll surely review this. Targeting will really make the field they'll put it inside the red zone. Oh man, that can't be right. There's no way. And the worst part is it was in the middle of the field and it was short of a first down. The clock was going to keep running. So if they take the targeting off, what happens then? Does the clock run? 10-second runoff? You can take Cal out of the Pac-12, but you can't take the Pac-12 after dark out of Cal. Colin, good tweet, buddy. We got Nevada Reno 1st and 18 after a hold. They were going to have 1st and goal to 3. Carpenter got caught with his hand in the cookie jar. One out, one on for the Dodgers. Muncie at the plate against Bassett. Oh, so it is a first down. Okay, so they'll start the clock as at the snap. This I can't begin to describe how great of a job it is to listen to these ACC guys walk themselves through a mistake. Even when there's no mistake, I like it. It was a launch, but he hit him nowhere near the head. So Sagatele spikes it. So it's 2nd and 10, 8 seconds at the 32. 9 seconds. Going to be a timeout for Vatek. The green line on the field's right there, about 3 yards in front of where they're standing. Muncie swings and misses at Bassett's breaking pitch, and he strikes out. 2 down, 1 on for the Dodgers in the 8th. So Cal's going to kick a field goal from here with 6 seconds left, 3rd and 10. Timeout. Kike Hernandez strikes out on a 4-seamer, and the inning is over. The Dodgers go get 1 hit, and that's it. We go to the bottom of the 8th, 11-4 Blue Jays. No live price, most likely. If so, it'll be 15.5 under a bunch. "49-yard field goal from Chase Meyer. Right hash. Snap down up, and he missed it far to the right. It's hooking at the end. Too late for all that. Had the distance. Go to overtime in Hokie land. Blacksburg. 27 all. Game is already comfortably over the total. Vatek a chance to cover the 6 now, depending on how things shake out with the overtime possessions. Oh, Kaepernick's at this game. What's this anniversary of one of these teams? Is that Chris Alt? "2010. What a great team that was." Oh, yeah. That 2010 Boise team was supposed to win the championship. They lost in Reno in the snow. Matson's throw is picked off, and Reno starts there at 3 all at the Boise 42. I never understood this. I still don't get it. They got Boise laying 12 and 13 and shit. I mean, they don't have to win this game at all. Brino's -2 in turnovers before that play. Anybody that's got 2 eyes that's watching this game can see that the line is clearly not correct. Boise laying anything near 21 was just dead wrong. And the total, Chuck Edel nutted it with under. All right, we're going to go to overtime in Blacksburg. Virginia Tech won the toss, and they're going to give Cal the ball first. That game is on ESPN for those of you interested there. The baseball in the bottom of the 8th, it's 4-6-0 for the Dodgers, 11-13-0 for Toronto. Who's this pitching for the Dodgers? Klein? First career postseason appearance. 15 1/3 in the regular season. 14 games, 21 strikeouts and 10 walks. Needless to say, he won't be pitching in any high leverage spots unless the game goes a real long time. This is like the epitome of what are you allowed to have, 25 guys? I'm guessing it's the closest thing to a 25th guy you're going to see. In this kind of game, though, Lord knows if you got guys that aren't going to play or that are going to play if it's not close, this is the game they have to get in. Doesn't mean that there won't be other games in the series where one team leads by as many as 9 runs, but Springer 100-mile-an-hour fastball jammed him a little bit. Cito Gaston, he looks pretty good. He didn't bother going after the mound. He shouldn't have to, though. 32 years ago, and he wasn't a young chicken then. Got to be near 80, right? Barger with a base hit to left. First play of the overtime, and Cal's in. Minnie from Sagapola-Tele, one play, 25 yards. Extra point for Myers, good. 34-27, Cal. God, this Nevada, this is frustrating. They're outplaying them up front. They faked the field goal. They were in a shovel, and the boy, he was all over it. Nothing doing. Well, that's good. Now my box is up to speed, so I don't have to worry about seeing any more of that nonsense. I like the aggressiveness this Choate. I think he's going to be a good coach. They're 1-6, but they're better than their record. I mean, the offense has been hideous at times. They only had 13 against Middle Tennessee's sorry-ass defense. But they're playing hard, and the defense is clearly the strength. Boise started this drive at their own 7. Reno's going to be a tall task for them to score points now that they're out of their play script and they've struggled here with the turnovers. But I don't think anything's coming easy for Boise. Really don't. Vladdy takes the ball in the dirt. I'd like to welcome y'all into the SWEATBOX. 3 hours in, we're in the 4th hour tonight. It's 11:15 Eastern. Got you some World Series from Toronto on Big Fox, where I've got that one live, and a little bit less play-by-play at this point with the game being how it is. Guerrero's fly ball to Paez is caught in center. 2 down, still a man on first. Gaines is going over to the bench for Boise. He's out for the time being. Boise shotgun, trips left, back offset to the right. Now he's to the left. Draw, loses a yard. Clock moving, 6:15 to go before the half. 3-all on Reno. IKF for the Jays. Texas or Virginia Tech takes no time at all to score themselves. Kyron Drone, 17-yard rush. 2 plays, 25 yards, and they'll have a chance to kick the extra point and tie it. 34 all. And they just ran the option. I mean, just piss poor containment by Cal. There's really no other way to say it. This coach at Cal was hired. It's his 8th or 9th year. He's hired because he was a defensive guy. To think that their defense could be that bad this far into his regime is alarming. And the fact that they're somehow still 5-2 just blows my mind. Toronto is done in the 8th. The Dodger pitching staff is mercifully done for the night. 11-4 Blue Jays. We're through 8. Dodgers 3 outs to get at least 7 runs. Don't hold your breath. Boise on the move out to their own 27, 2nd and 5. The quarterback rolls left, fires first down, about a 6-yard completion out to the 32, 33 maybe. Tight end caught it. They'll move the sticks. 5.5 to go before the half. Reno down to 1 timeout. Boise has 2. I'm going to take us to the half of this Boise, Nevada game, but I can't do it without taking a quick break. Had several iced teas. It's 11:16 Eastern. Give me 2 minutes. I'll be back in 120 seconds, and we'll get through the next half hour together. All right, one out for the Dodgers in the ninth, down 11-4. They're going to let Pius work this way through this one way or the other. I guess he's 0 for 3. Postseason average is somewhere in the 070 range, I think. Toronto went scoring 5+ runs this year, 77-5. Best record in baseball. I believe it, given how many runs the Dodger bullpen's given up this year. They blew a ton of saves. Pius hits this ball on the button, but right at the right fielder. 2 down. Looks like we got a touchdown for Vatek on 3rd and 3 in the second overtime, and now the chance to cover is imminent. They're up 6 with the point pending. 5 plays, 25 yards. Heath the catch. And it comes down to the 2-point conversion here. Are they going to review this too? The box score says scoring play confirmed. Ohtani 1 for 4 tonight. You figure he'd getting his 5th plate appearance in the ninth. The Dodgers might have a chance to win the game, depending on how some things shook out, but not tonight. Lauer's in for the Blue Jays to pitch the ninth, by the way. So they've used some guys tonight, but nobody more than really an inning here since the middle of Sir Anthony Dominguez went an inning in the 3rd. I think he might even be the winning pitcher. He got a couple of really big outs. In relief of Yasavich, who was good, not great. Ohtani draws a walk. 2-point conversion is good. Drones runs it in. So now Virginia Tech's up by 8. And they are covering all numbers at this point. It's up to Cal to get a touchdown here. And if they do that, they'll cover every number. Because the 3rd overtime is when you start going for 2. There'll be no more touchdowns in this game if Cal can get one. Sagapolotele's pass intended for Mason's incomplete. 2nd and 10 at the 25. Going off the box here, boys and girls. The TV feed's about 1.5 minutes behind for me here. It just is what it is. Is Ohtani really leading off to the point where you can almost get picked off to end the game? That'd be kind of embarrassing. Your run means nothing. Does Boise still have the fucking ball? They've had it for an hour here. Jesus. Let me see what this drive has been. 2nd and goal again at the 4. Drive. 11 plays, 90 yards, 506. Okay, that makes sense. It's been about when they started. Oh, he might be out. It's close. Oh, they're going to review it. Wouldn't that be something else? The game ends on a fucking pickoff. I actually hope it does. So that should teach him a lesson. Like, coming to the ballpark and you've had a week off and you're just ill prepared. Sagapolotele's pass is incomplete, but there's a targeting. Surely to Christ, they can't keep that. That's not a targeting. This is absurd. Now I got to go back and listen to these fucking guys on the review again. Okay, no, I don't. They've already showed it. Overturned it. Hang on. Okay, so they overturned it. Thank God. Okay, 3rd and 10 at the Vatek at the 25 for Cal. Boy, that would have been terrible. I mean, I saw that live, and I'm like, what? This review, I want to hear what they say because there's nothing to it. It's like, give me a break. Shoulder to shoulder, no launch. Nothing to it. Right? It was quick. Okay, Sagapolotele's pass on 3rd down is incomplete for DeJesus, and now it's 4th and 10. All right, what do we got going? 2-minute warning here for Boise, 2nd and goal. I'm behind on this one too, forgive me. CBS College Sports for those of you who are watching or want to watch. We try to bang it up the middle with Gaines. He stopped at the 1. 3rd and goal. Oh, there's a flag. What will this be? Surely to Christ, it can't be like a late hit. The 2-2 from Lauer to Betts. That'll do it. Strike 3. Got him with the cut fastball. Toronto wins game 1 11-4. Back in about 20 hours for game 2. First pitch set for, I think, about 8:15, give or take. Yamamoto and Gossman tomorrow. Virginia Tech has won it. Sagapolotele's pass on 4th down for Grizzle was incomplete. And Cal, disappointing, but those are the ones that eventually you'll win if you're going to get to the point where you want to get to. Vatek the win to go to 3-5. They're 2-2 in the league. Cal to 5-3, also 2-2 in the league. Vatek ran for 357 yards. There's not much else to say about that. They probably had no business covering 6. But they did, and they won by 8. Boise does get a touchdown. That penalty had to be against Reno. Let's break it down from a fundamental standpoint here on the drive summary. The kick is good. 10-3, 135 to go before the half. 13 plays, 94 yards. Gaines does run it in from 1. Boomer's kick is good. Boise 10, Reno 3. And no more Reno. You got your Reno live, Phil, from 15 up to 19. That's enough. Offense has struggled, and Boise just, for the first time all night, seems to be awake. Let's sit that out. I'm going to stick around for the halftime price of that one. I'm going to call it tomorrow morning. I'll be around. Let's see, first kickoff's at noon. I'll be shortly before that, maybe a half hour or so, give or take, maybe 15 minutes. just get everything queued up and ready to go and set the table for the noon kickoff Eastern games. Obviously, the UFC starts over in Abu Dhabi. I'm sorry, yeah, in the whatever at the Etihad on Fight Island. First fight is at 7:15 Pacific. The main event, Gane and Aspinall for the heavyweight belt. We'll go. So it feels weird to say that without Jones being involved. We'll go at about 1:30 Pacific, 4:30 Eastern. So one of my TVs will be devoted to the fights all day. Yamamoto Gaussman. Dodgers are going to be about a 35 or 40 cent favorite. And I need to send that out to a buddy of mine. 7.5 over 15 is my price. I expect it to be a little lower than that. Series price. Got to be pretty close to a pick 'em, given what the Dodgers were before Game 1. But I'm sure the market will be there on that shortly too. I just have trouble thinking these teams are going to go under. I mean, the thing about it is that you've got Toronto who just hits and hits tonight, doesn't strike out. The Dodgers had a guy that does pretty well. I mean, I don't know. I mean, he's done well, and they hit him. I mean, Yamamoto is hittable imminently. And the Dodgers, I think they're good for 4 runs pretty much automatically against the staff about most of these games, if not all of them. Like, the more I think about this, over might be the way to go. All right, Reno has a 3rd and 9 with 1:10 left. Did Boise call one of their timeouts? How did this happen? Complete for 1 yard, out of bounds, incomplete, and then a gain for 1 yard. So the Boise didn't have to call any of their fucking timeouts. This is so stupid. I mean, in no world can you ever let that happen. Go into the locker room at the very worst, down 10-3. Now you got a chance of letting them go up 13-3 or 17-3, and they get the ball at halftime. You go from doing everything right and playing well in defense, and now you get worn down, and your guys are all going to be heads down and shit, and they're 1-6. All the Nevada 2010 guys are there, but they'll leave after halftime if your guys start shitting the bed. Oh man, this Boise guy returned the punt and got fucking smeared. But they're going to call a penalty against Reno. And the guy's celebrating, doesn't understand there's a flag on him. First pinch hit grand slam in World Series history. How's that possible? How can that never have happened before in all the history of baseball? That is completely that's completely garbanzo to me. So Boise will start at their own 40 with 57 seconds left, and they still have one timeout left. Now we got a penalty. 1st and 15 for Boise. One thing I've noticed with these 1AA games is it doesn't matter. At some point or another, the two Dakota states, South Dakota State, North Dakota State, Montana, there's a couple other teams up there. Montana State. Really, those four, especially the top three, like at some point during the game, and I'm not talking like it's only a matter of time that at some point during the game, those teams take over the game. Like they can be behind, or it can be tied, or they can be up by 3. Like if North Dakota State's playing Indiana State, at some point they assert themselves and they go on like a 28-3 run or something like that. It happens every game. It's in the regular season, none of those teams ever lose, and in every game it happens. Like it's just like if you could bet the second half of the 1AA, all you have to do is just wait until one of those teams gets in a game where it's like 20-17 at halftime, or like 14-13, and then the next thing you do is you just bet one of the best teams, and you lay whatever price at halftime. It's like they can inflate the number, and they probably should, and they probably have a lot of times. I've got caught up in the crossfire in this in the playoffs, where I'm betting the dog for the game, and then at halftime the dog's right in it, and then I go for it again, and then I get shoved right up my ass for all of it, the second half of the game both. In that one, Sacramento State actually ran the kickoff back for a touchdown to go up by 7. They took it away because of a penalty. Then they stopped them on downs, and Montana scored 4 plays later, and they lead 21-14 now. Over 62 and a half is probably good in that game. Boise, 3rd and 21, clock runs out. Halftime there, 10-3, they lead Reno at the half. Game close 21-52, 51 and a half. 10-3 Boise at the break. Hang tight for the second half. Got a Nevada Reno guy down at the half on the field, one of the defenders. Oh, the guy that made the tackle stuck his head right in on the guy's sternum, but they ran him over. Ouch. I'm to the point where the baseball show on Fox is like the second best show on TV, because behind Inside the NBA, because David Ortiz is extremely entertaining. Like it's funny to get him to watch with Alex Rodriguez and Derek Jeter be so buttoned up and so professional and businesslike, and those guys are like mega millionaires from business, not even just baseball. And then Ortiz is like a fun-loving play, like have fun guy. Goes back actually the microcosm of going all the way back to 2004 when the Red Sox came back and won the series 4-3 against the Yankees. First time a team had ever done that. And that was A-Rod's first year in New York. And remember, he was all set to go to Boston, but there was like a trade that didn't go through, or there's something, I forgot, the free agency. Something happened where the money didn't add up, or something was wrong. They had to trade him, yeah, because Texas still had him under contract. And it didn't work, so then he ended up going to the Yankees. And the Red Sox had to keep Nomar Garciaparra for a half year while he was unhappy, but they couldn't get rid of him, until later in the year. And it's a whole hell of a story behind that. Lots of documentaries about Boston. There's some on, I think Amazon has one. I think ESPN has one. Netflix might have. That's the one. Netflix has a new one. But just talking about that, the Red Sox, um, not quite halftime yet at the Boise with that injury. Hang tight. Um, but yeah, so Ortiz was part of that Boston team. There was like a bunch of fraternity guys, just messing around. Everything was a joke, and of course they were playing with house money once they won the first game down 3-0, and the Yankees had all the pressure after that. But even going after that, where they won some World Series, the Yankees were the last team to actually repeat. The Dodgers are trying to do that now. Back in the 2000 turn of the century, and they've only won one since that 04 Red Sox. The Red Sox have won it like 4 times. But yeah, I think that was one. Jeter's only won it once since then. A-Rod both, but they're obviously it was a rivalry when they played, but they're all friendly now. But it's funny, the 2 Yankee guys that are on that set with Kevin Burkhardt are very, very serious dudes most of the time, and Ortiz has got them to really loosen up because he's just a kid at heart. Which, like I said, those people are fun to hang out with. Those types, and I say that one of my friends is half Dominican and half Curacao that I worked with in Costa Rica, and he was just one of the best dudes ever, and he was just the same way. He's a kid at heart. I mean, he has his kids, and they were like 3 or 4 years old, and he's talking to them like they're adults, and if they do something, like it's you treat kids a certain way, he wouldn't do it. He'd treat them like they were like a brother, not a son or a daughter. Just just the way that the culture is totally different. I love it. I mean, I wish I was that way. It's easy to say that. I love the way my parents raised me and everything, but the Latino culture is just totally different. And I enjoy Ortiz. Okay, so watching the post-game show, I'm done with that. Halftime in Reno, it's 10-3 Boise at the half. 10.5 and 11 is what I see in the second half. I agree with the number. All the live plays earlier between 15 plus money on Reno and 19 and a half. All those bets are good. Just have to sit with the dog and take it. With Boise getting the ball first and they're up 10-3, they've started to take control of the game. The yardage is only 169 to 138, so it's not like it's a complete bloodbath. But the one Boise drive where they went 94 yards bothers me, and then the other one was 13 plays, 72 yards. So 26 plays and 166 on those drives, and the rest of them punt, INT, and then downs. But the last downs was not a turnover. That was the end of the half. So really only one turnover for Boise. And Reno had thrown 2 interceptions and lost it once on downs. They had good field position for a good part. The last 2 drives were both punts, so they got a little conservative. Boise figured some things out. But, given the fact that they started at the Boise 40 following an interception and they got nothing, that's disheartening. They're supposed to come out with at least 3 there. Again, turnovers, basically 2-1. And there's a stoppage on downs for Reno, so really 3-1. And Boise gets to start the half. Again, we'll see how they come out. They opened 20, 49.5. I got bet to 21. There was a 21.5 for a bit. Again, 10.5 out there live. Second half line, sorry. 24 under money, 23.5 over money. Again, I don't see Reno doing much on offense. I have to hope the defense keeps it up. Chuck Edel was under 51 for the game. I think that's still good, obviously. With 13, it ought to be good. I would go under 24. Anything close to 24 flat, I would look at under again. Don't see it going to overtime, that being a problem. And again, if Reno, even 1 touchdown, I don't think puts it in peril. I think Boise, the line's telling you 17 or 18-7. Boise or 18-6, 17-6. All that's in play. Any of that would be close to not surprising me at all. So, easy pass in the second half. If you got some Reno live, in pocket like me, just keep it and hold on to it and hope for the best. I'm going to call it here in the next 40 seconds or so. I'd like to thank y'all for hanging out in the Sweatbox. Good solid shift tonight in the 4th hour here, pretty late. I'll be back tomorrow about 12 hours from right now, give or take. 11:45, 11:50, maybe a little after that Eastern time. We'll go over all the 12 o'clock kickoffs. I think there are like 11 of them, 12 noon Eastern kicks, and go over all the point spreads and the movements in the morning. what they were at open. And that'll be that. We'll go from there and have ourselves a day. Basically 10.5, 24 under, 31, 24 under, a quarter out there, 23.5 over in town still. A lot of the offshore places. Chris is now 23.5 under 15. So is Bet War. So under's getting hit even at the 23.5 level. And I agree with the move. And again, the side, not a whole lot to it. And again, 10.5 seems to be the number, and I agree with that as well. Okay, tomorrow, the Dodgers, looks like my price in this is 40 and 8 over 15. Total is coming a little bit lower than that. Series price, Dodgers about $1.30 or so, give or take. Math-wise, will be close to being right. I like it a little bit higher, which means it should come a little bit lower just based on the game prices with the correlation to the series. Dodgers higher means I'd like make the series higher. Otherwise, if it's not, then the math doesn't agree. Okay. I will be around. Tomorrow's a nice long day, hell of a sports day. Thanks for hanging out in the Sweatbox. Be good. God bless. Peace.